Alright, we're back in the garage and we've been working on this thing and we're getting close, so I'll show you what we got going on. So we got some seats in there now. Everything's pretty much done. Wired, stereos in, got a USB port, a couple things in the back. I'm going to modify the Heimlich plate because I don't like the way it sticks out there. And I have another one here, so I think I'm going to modify that a little bit to make that a little, stick in a little flusher. So I think I'm going to work on this license plate. I'm going to modify, I got some angle on aluminum here, some thick stuff. I'm going to make a little bracket that sits in these pockets, extends this out, put the pin through there. It'll be cocked up on a little bit of an angle, and hopefully it all works when we're done. It's in my mind, and we'll see if we can put it to paper here. Alright, I've been working away on this thing. I got these little guys drilled. I made myself a little sleeve for the center here. And I cut myself a piece of all thread. So we'll bolt all this together like that and sandwich it all. I still got to figure out where I'm going to drill my holes for my pivot point. And test it out and see what it does. Alright, so got it all back together. Had to add a couple springs. And I don't know what I did with the key fob. There they are. So it's much better. We don't have no brackets sticking out the back anymore. Doesn't touch the body. Locks in place nicely. So that's gonna work just fine. Got about a 1/4 inch gap in here. Should be good. Delivery yesterday, some shiny stuff. Grill there, and side pans are in there. Alright, back out in the garage. Another day, another dollar. Alright, we're back on this. I'm gonna put the thermostat in, but I was looking in there and there's some just gross. Gosh. I don't know what it is. Almost feels like papery. Doesn't feel sandy, but it looks like sand. I have no idea what that is. So I'm going to clean that out pretty good. I'm going to get the vacuum in there and try and get as much of that out as I can. This thing's going to need a full flush. I don't want to ruin that brand new radiator. So we'll have to flush it out. Alright, well I just got back from Napa, and those were my measurements for my belts. And these were the closest ones I could get. Like that one was 7/8 over, 3/8 over, and another one that was 3/8 over, which actually turned out to work perfect. So all my measurements came out good. We got belts. So we got a drive shaft now. We have belts. We got most of the fluid in there. Got thermostat in. I got the shrink wrap hose clamps on there. They look real clean. Alright, so I'm just going to tension everything up, tighten things down. Alright, I've been working away on this thing, and I don't know if I mentioned we got a battery. I got the new trunk rubber for it, so I got to glue that in today. Got the deck lid sitting over there. So I managed to get this all working good. I had to put the backup camera a little off to the side, but it doesn't seem to make a difference in the screen. Keep those lights down there because I couldn't put them up top. So it doesn't hit the body or anything. I got it so it's staying far away from the body. It locks up like that. So turned out pretty good. It'll look good at the shows. and to put the running board on. So I kind of got it set up here. I got my bolts over there, and I'm gonna very carefully try and get that thing installed. Well, the fender arrived, so let's get it on. Well, we got a couple bolts in it. Enough to hold it up there, huh? Half a car, one half left, huh? Look at the smoke. Look how smoky it is. Mean fires going on around here. California's burning. How's it going, everybody? Well, another day in the garage, and I haven't been filming, but I want to show you what I've been doing. Here's what I've been doing. Originally, the grill was going to be painted, and it was actually a completely different grill than this. Luckily, everything's fitting pretty decent, except for this top piece. This top piece was fitted for the other grill. The other grill had some modifications on it, so it's set real flush. Don't have that option with this grill. So what I did is very carefully sanded all this back. That's why I have to run this black rubber on the edge there. But what I did is mounted it with magnets. Let me stop to paint that. Ignore the ugliness. I mounted it with magnets so I can access everything, but it does hide the bolts for everything else there. So sorry about that filming. So it just sticks back on there like so. Won't go nowhere. Those are 90-pound magnets. I think it looks pretty good. Sits pretty flush. Made it magnetic because it covers up the fill there, and that way you can access it real easy. But it looks clean from the front, so I think it'll look good. Kind of one of those after the fab deals. So far so good. Everything's turning out really nice. So I got to get this thing jacked up all the way up in the air, get the wheels and tires on, do a little quick alignment before it goes to the, it'll actually go to an alignment shop, but I'm just going to do a little quickie so we can drive it. I need to get some fuel in it, fire it up, make sure everything's running good, because this motor's obviously been sitting for years, but it ran perfect when we took the car apart, so it should all be good. Alright, I just kind of did a little quick alignment and cleaned up those T-bolts up there and cleaned up that caliper with some caliper paint. Everything's looking good under there. So I'll go ahead and put the new wheel on this side. Got the back one on, and pretty scary because it looks like we're gonna have to pull a leaf that's sitting on the rear end, so definitely sitting too high. So I went ahead off camera and I went through the wheel bearings and went to check everything. Everything looks good. It was all clean in there. Put some new grease in there. Alright, well, we're getting close. I just got a phone call that the rest of the running board for the other side and everything's been color sanded and buffed, and they're spraying the undercoating on it right now. So that stuff doesn't take long to dry. That should be here this afternoon. So it's Wednesday. The car show's on Friday. Still got a lot of stuff to do. Gotta get the hood here too also. Getting close. Probably gonna fire it up hopefully today, maybe tomorrow, and check the pressure on the tranny, make sure all the fluids are good, and take it for a little test drive up and down the street, and then we're gonna run it to a muffler shop and get the exhaust done. Hopefully we make it by Friday. It's coming. We're cutting it close here, so maybe some late nights, but I think we're gonna get her there. We'll see. I might have to pull a leaf out of the rear because it's sitting kind of high. So we'll see. I want it right. It's the last car show of the year. If it's not right, we might not take it. We might just wait till the first one of next year and he can get the interior done and have this thing 100%. So is what it is, but we're gonna try for it. So here we go. Last night I started wiring up these headlight buckets using some waterproof connectors. So that's all. This side's done basically. I don't want to bolt it in yet until I get the grill finished done. I got to get the other fender on before I can tighten everything down. So I can run the wires to the horn and start running everything over to the other side, get the electric fans wired up, and finish this harness at least now because I kind of know where everything's going to be. So I'll get that done. Alright, it's like 1 o'clock, still waiting on body panels, but managed to get all the this headlight in and got the fans wired, the horns. So we have horns, we have all that stuff. Just waiting on the body panels for the other side, and we'll finish up the other side. I'm done with this. Alright, so we got some more body panels in. This makes a really nice fender rack there for me. So I got the car up in the air. I don't really want to put it down to move it around, so I'll just work around this. I got enough room to get it in there and see if I can get these on. One down, one more to go, and then we got the side pans that go on here and the hood. So almost there. Well, I haven't been doing a lot of filming, but it is Friday. I burned midnight oil last night. Let's see how far we got. So you know this side's pretty much been done, but the other side's done now. So I got a couple things I got to deal with. Got an issue with the hood closing. A little bit of an alignment issue, not much. But so far, everything's coming along good. I'm waiting on the brackets for this, the side pans. So once those come, we can bolt that up. Probably gonna bleed the brakes one more time. I think I'm gonna pull a leaf out of the back because it's still sitting too high in the back. So a few things, but we're getting there. Got all day. Well, as you can see, we did get the car done in time for the show, but we decided not to take it because, you know, there's a few little things we want to button up, make sure everything's 100% before we go show it off. So, especially like having the interior done would be nice, but everything else is done. I ended up pulling that leaf out of the rear and stuff, but hasn't really settled too much. We gotta get it back on the ground. A few things I wanted to change that I wasn't happy with. I'm going to put a longer dipstick tube on the transmission because now they got the side pans on there. It's a little difficult to reach. I'm also going to billet lid on the master cylinder and this Willwood reservoir. So I'll have to bring it out of that dash 3, tee it off, and then make it go to these lines, 3/8 lines. I might have some dash 3 stuff that'll fit into that, but I'm not sure. So we'll get to that. Not really much left. Car runs and everything, so we just gotta button up a few things. I bled the brakes again already, and it's pretty much there. We're just taking our time now. Well, not really taking our time because I want to show you something. The walls are starting to look a lot more barren. Starting to get everything boxed up, ready to go to Idaho. All right, we got that installed on the firewall. Wasn't too bad. So I think I'll put the brake reservoir on that side, just the opposite of the AC lines, and that should be easy enough to get to. Alright, I'm back in the garage. Well, we ran into an issue. The fuel pump took a crap on us. It was on there for years. I took it apart and it had some junk in it, so I just ordered a new one and a new regulator. I'm going to put that on when it comes tomorrow. But in the meantime, there's a couple things we were going to button up on this thing that we wanted to do, and let's see what we got. So this is the horn button that was in there, pretty generic. What we're going to do here is we're going to take this, we got this coin gold plated. It's 1937 coin. So he wants me to put this in here basically. So that'll replace where the horn went. We were going to put it in the shifter, but we decided this will be a better spot for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to machine a piece of aluminum. It'll fill the void and fit in there. And we can glue this in there. And it should turn out pretty nice, I think. It'll give it a little bling there. Battery died in the middle of that, but so this is the little piece there, machined. Finally back on the ground. What is that? Car. Is that Papa's hot rod?
Yeah.
Want to get in there?
Okay.
You gonna get in? Stand on that. So step over right there.
You ready to go?
Ready to go.
Pump it once.
I was so scared.
Good job, Lil.
Let's see how that worked. Alright, we swapped out a couple things, like the electric plate wasn't working too good. It was pretty heavily modified. Some springs in there and stuff, but it just wasn't holding up. The motor's not powerful enough, and I didn't feel like reinventing the wheel. So we went ahead and we contacted a fabrication company that's local that actually makes these vacuum operated ones. So they just work off vacuum. When the motor starts, they come down. So that's the way we really originally wanted to do it. We couldn't find the manufacturer, but luckily a friend of ours had one and we were able to get a hold of them. They don't make them anymore, but they custom made one for us. So pretty cool, not cheap, but it looks better, it works better, it's more functional. I got it on a switch, so if you want to go up a driveway, you think you're going to hit it because it hangs down, you hit the switch and it folds up for you, so you don't have to worry about scraping it or rubbing it off. So I ended up changing the front springs. It was sitting too low, the tires were going to rub, so I just put a set of brand new springs in the front. And we changed out the, this is the cool part, I'll open the door. Pretty sweet. We just put a new low car shifter in it. It's got a lot less play than the old one. The old one was a little rattly, so everything's done. So she's off to get the exhaust done, alignment done, and then she's going to the interior shop. So another build out the garage, and we've been packing up here and the walls are getting empty and getting ready to move to Idaho. So looking forward to that new fresh start. Gonna have a nice shop delivered, and gonna be working on that here in the future. So stay tuned, and hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, and next time we'll be moving to Idaho. So we'll see you soon. Well, there she goes. Off to get the rest of her stuff done and be a show winner. 'Cause that's all we did.